Monday, April 5th, 2021. And I am here once again to talk about some cyberpunk with you guys, just adjusting the camera so my head's not completely cut off. Hope you guys had a wonderful week. Thank you so much for joining me once again for these awesome live chats that we get to do. But before we get deep into it, what's up, Twiggy? Oh, geez. Hold on one second. I got a phone call. All right. What a great way to start, huh? With the phone call. I am at work ish. And so that means that I will be getting phone calls and stuff like that during everything. I try to take care of everything beforehand so these things go smoothly, but you know how it is in life. All right. But before we get deep into it, make sure you guys join that Discord community. The link will be in the description below. And make sure you guys follow my podcast, Tabletop Cyberpunk. It is on Spotify and anywhere else you can get podcasts like iTunes and stuff like that. Make sure you guys join the Patreon, patreon.com/JonJonTheWise, where I have exclusive content and a new series starting up. And what else? Social media, JonJonTheWise. Make sure you guys join up on JonJonTheWise. All right. Yeah, that's right, Sir Panfred. What's up, Nihilus? It is the beginning of our live stream. Welcome to you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me as we talk about cyberpunk and stuff like that. Howdy, Twiggy. How you doing? This is Ranger Paul. I'm not just Ranger Paul. I'm every other NPC too. I just wrapped up my game with Babybeard Media a few days ago. We just finished our mini campaign. It was great. Today was a weird start to my morning. I went to go brush my teeth and I was like, man, this toothpaste tastes really fucking weird. And I looked and I don't know if you guys know what Desitin is or Desitine. It is a diaper rash cream. I put it on my toothbrush and I brush my teeth with diaper rash cream. So that's fun. Isn't that great? Oh, I didn't know you could co-op Wasteland 3. That's fun. Yeah, that would be fun to do in the future or something like that. If I could find time, man. But yeah, I've been heavily into Warhammer again. I've been fucking. I went through a book. What's up, Bronx? Good morning. I went through the Black Legion book, which is the book 2 of the Black Legion books, in 5 days. It's 12 hours. I went through it in 5 days. I was just completely hooked. Now I'm gonna collect Black Legion. I've been painting again. It's so fun to paint again, to love painting. And it's weird that I gave up painting a little bit. I put it down and then now I'm back to it and I'm painting better than ever. So yeah, I can't wait for that Monster Fight Club game to come out so we can try it out, see what it's all about, do some painting of those as well. That would be fun. But yeah, tell me guys anything about your games, anything coming up. Twiggy, I highly recommend getting into 40K. It does seem okay. Listen, the thing about 40K is it is expensive, but the paints and stuff that you buy, you hold on to them for a long time. I used to paint but can't anymore due to carpal tunnel. Yeah. There's techniques. I've seen some techniques. I mean, it is a little bit expensive, but you have those models for life, and there's nothing better than a hobby, man. I got into tabletop board games just to paint 40K models. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Just want to say the outro to Corp Infestation was fantastic. Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, I wanted to end the campaign in a way that like told the whole story, and I don't know, man. I just had such a good time making that story. It was the first time somebody had given me their setting in Cyberpunk and was like, "Hey, here's my setting. You run the game, and here are the characters, here are the NPCs, and you do everything." So, it's my first time ever doing anything like that. And basically, I was like, well, all these questions I have about Phil's setting, why not just, try to ask those questions while we play? What's up, Jimmy? What's up, Barbed Wire? Barbed Wire says some friends and me just broke our GM's game by making a huge concert outside of Night City National Bank in Cyberpunk 2020 with my Rocker Boy character. Wow, that sounds familiar. Yeah, that's a great way to break the game. Jimmy is Jimbosaurus Rex, who plays Sam Ectoplasm in my Wise Guys game. Jimmy Carter, love you, buddy. Good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate you. About to start a new campaign. We all just sat down. Haha, glad this popped up. Awesome, Josh. Happy gaming. If you have any last minute questions, go ahead and pop them in. I'm happy to help. The thing is that we robbed the bank and collected thousands and thousands of eddies. It was fun. Ooh, that's fun. As a game master, how would I counter that? So my players just robbed the bank and now they have thousands and thousands of eddies. If it's Cyberpunk 2020, it's not a big deal, but in Cyberpunk Red, having thousands of eddies kind of breaks the game because it's supposed to be like a scarcity game. So if you have enough money to buy multiple cars and stuff like that, it would be a problem. So I would have like trace trackers on the money or some kind of. There's this die that explodes when you rob money from a bank. They put like this special die inside the money. So in case the money ever gets robbed, they set it off or it automatically sets off and it dyes all the cash this special like blue color, and if the money's got that blue color, it's zero, it's nil, it doesn't it can't be used anywhere, and it's a great way to find out who was using the money. So you basically rob the bank, are in danger of going to jail, and you have no money. You have no money because the money is useless. So I would do something like that for the players. Have like some kind of die go off or some kind of where the players go and they pick up the cash and it's blank. So there's like some kind of device inside of the money that blanked out all the cash. I would do something like that. That's why I collect minis for D&D and such. If I got into Warhammer 40K, I don't know, if I'd have them painted. Yeah, no, that's a good point. There's a lot of good 40K or there's a lot of good non-games workshop minis that you can use for 40K, and I highly recommend doing that. There's probably a bunch of models that you already have for D&D that you can somehow work out into Warhammer 40K. You're a sexy beast, Jimmy. I just think 40K minis look awesome. They are so good, and they're even better now than ever. That is why I got into 40K, because they were awesome looking. Yeah, it's even better than it's ever been now. That's awesome. I'll try Red someday. Red is great, man. I like it. I was talking to Seth Skorkowski yesterday. He messaged me because he had questions about Cyberpunk Red. I guess him and his buddies are about to finish their Traveler campaign, so they're gonna play Cyberpunk Red. And he was not happy about the combat system. He had a lot of questions about the cover system and all the questions we all had when the game first came out. So I gave him some ideas. I told him to check out my videos, and hopefully he doesn't think it's so bad. He's like, I already got to make a bunch of house rules, and that's kind of a bad sign. But I told him, I understand what you're saying, but Cyberpunk Red and the way Talsorian created the game, they expect people to house rule. They don't expect everyone to play rules as written, and they even leave a lot of things vague, like some skills and stuff like that. They left really vague to allow for game masters to interpret it their own way. So if you're house ruling right away, I don't think that that's a negative thing, to be honest with you. I think that's actually the design. Andrew King, loved your economy video with James, by the way. It was a huge help for myself and my friend's campaign. We still have a few back and forths here and there, but legit great video. Thank you so much, Andrew. I really appreciate the support and the kind words. I'm glad my video was helpful. And yeah, I wanted to make a video like that with James because he designed the game. He has an economy background and he designed the economics. So I had a lot of questions. The community had a lot of questions. And I wanted to make sure that whatever questions were out there that we answered them, and I think we did that. It was an hour-long video. We answered a lot of questions. So if there's anything missing, I'm not sure what could be out there. Do I agree with everything in the game design? No, I don't. I don't like the resale value thing of there's no variation in resale value, and everything is a fixed price, and the only person that can make deals is a fixer. I don't like that. I like anybody can make a deal no matter what. I mean, you got something that I need, I got something you need. We can do a trade, but if you want to make money, your business wants to make money, then you have to buy low, sell high. I mean, that's just like a basic trade or a marketing thing or normal market thing. So, but I'm glad that we got to. I'm glad that there's no more ambiguity. We got to see like what our Artel Sorian's official stance on the economy and the system is, so then I can decide if I want to change it. It's good to know what the rules are so you can know how to change them for your liking. We need more Primaris lieutenants. Like if I got into 40K, would I need to focus on one faction or can I just collect? I would recommend you focus on one army, collect them, and what ends up happening is Games Workshop is fucking genius, okay? What ends up happening is some of the units that you buy for your army can actually be used for other armies. So for example, I collect Thousand Suns, and part of my army I have a Mauler Fiend, Screamers of Zinch, a Demon Prince, Predator Tank, and what else? Yeah, so I have those four things. All four of those things can be used for other Chaos Space Marine armies. They can be used for Age of Sigmar, like I can play with my demons. So basically now I'm collecting demons, Black Legion, and Thousand Suns, and I'm not really and all the units can kind of be used for each other. So they're really smart about that. But yeah, this is one of the things I would like to check. Cyberpunk 2020 combat is just so awesome and lethal. Yeah, that's the thing. Seth was telling me Cyberpunk 2020's combat system is his favorite from all the combat systems out there, and that he's kind of bummed out that they changed it. And I get where he's coming from. I personally didn't like rolling for stun saves, hit locations, and all those things. Like it was too much rolling, in my opinion. I'm glad that they brought it down to a more basic level. And who knows, they might expand the combat system in a later supplement. So, we have that to go off of. But I get it if you're into Cyberpunk 2020 and you like the way things are. I didn't like point blank auto firing. Someone could just murder someone. I don't like that in Cyberpunk Red there's no more 3 round burst and there's only auto fire. Auto fire is kind of lame in Cyberpunk Red, in my opinion. But it's really difficult to balance it, as you can tell for if you played Cyberpunk 2020. You can tell that it was really difficult to balance because you would literally just lose your character in an instant. What would that do for the gameplay? It would make you more careful and stuff like that. But it's also, if I'm in close combat with somebody or they're like really close to me and I got a submachine gun, I'm gonna auto fire them. If the GM doesn't auto fire you with a combatant in close range, then they're putting the kid gloves on and they're not giving you the full range of lethality. So it's tough. It's tough. But I think Cyberpunk Red still has a lot of lethality. I love the critical injuries. I love the story that it tells. It's fast paced. As armor ablates more and more, it gets deadlier and deadlier. And that's what I like about it. I like that kind of like in real life, you don't want a prolonged gunfight in real life, So like in Cyberpunk Red, it's the same thing. You don't want to go multiple rounds. I've never gone like more than 6 rounds of combat, 6 or 7 rounds, I think. Anything, and when you go past those rounds, you're like, fuck, this is a war right now. And 6 rounds of combat is 18 seconds. So 18 seconds of combat feels like a war, and it's super deadly and fast paced and action packed. So I like that about it. Point in case I put myself in a really bad spot to clutch combat, but now I have a booster gang in my back pocket. Yeah, Jimmy's character in our lost episode, Sam Ectoplasm, charged into a warehouse and just started blasting everybody. And guess what happens when you charge into an open area and you're in line of sight with everybody? They all start shooting you, and that's what happened. His character was down to 2 HP. 2 HP, dude, and it's his character survived somehow. Only two things wrong with Red are the economy and vehicles. Yeah, I agree. I don't like that vehicles are scarce, that there are no vehicles, and I don't like the resale some things in the economy. I think those are the two weakest points. I don't think combat is the weakest point, although other people would say that. Let's see. I just got CP Red. Well, welcome to the world, B Maverick. Happy gaming. I was looking at the stuff for 40k on my LGS, and some of the Space Marines look cool, but I also like the Tau. Tau are like anime mech guys. If you're into anime and mechs and stuff like that, you might be into Tau. But yeah, I'm not really into that. Space Marines are like the generic white bread of Warhammer 40k. You're always gonna find a faction that's cool. They all have cool stories. They all have cool backgrounds. I just don't like this whole worshiping of the Emperor kind of thing. I love chaos. I love demons. So that's why I love the Chaos Space Marines. They don't have any noses. I just don't understand all the lore and different factions and stuff. Yeah, you got to focus on one and read the books. You don't have to. I mean, it's all up to you. There's a lot of really good YouTube channels out there where they explain the lore and stuff like that. I mean, it just depends how deep you want to go into it. There's, and I know this isn't a Warhammer 40k channel, but whatever. We're talking about gaming. There's three things that make you want to get an army. It's one, how they look; two, their rules and mechanics; and what was the third one? How they look, rules and mechanics, and oh, third one is lore. So if you don't know their mechanics and you don't know their lore, then just go by looks. And they're all interesting. All the armies are interesting. They all have something that's really sick about them. They all have this thing that's that you can hold on to, whether they're Necrons or Tyranids or Tau. They all have like this cool story behind them that makes them interesting. So even orcs are fucking dope. What's up, Taylor? Consave, how you doing? Make sure you guys join the Consave. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. Glad to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Let's see. Tau, yeah, blah blah blah. Does CP Red have a printed version of the manual? Oh yeah, of course. You can buy the core rulebook. Check the Artel Sorian website. They have it. I think Drive Through RPG has it too. And check your local gaming shop, your local FLGS, and see if that they can order the book for you as well. I think what was the fucking they got to check through their distributors. I think Alliance is one of them that has it. But if you just ask your FLGS, they'll take a look. Love Chaos. Black Templars have entered the chat. Fuck Black Templars, dude. All glory to the War Master Abaddon. I found out in my last session surprise attacks are kind of janky. Gonna have to homebrew it, honestly. Yeah, the way surprise attacks work in Cyberpunk Red is you do a stealth check, and then the enemy does a perception check. And if your stealth check beats their perception check, then you get a surprise round of attacking, a free round of attacking. Then once you do your attack, then you roll initiative, everybody rolls initiative, and we start a new combat round. It's a great way to try to kill somebody off the bat. Yeah, it had a first printing that sold out real fast, had errors. Second printing was corrections and was a larger release. Yeah, and I think the second one sold out. Ah, from Chile. Ah, qué malo, papá. ¿Qué podemos hacer? Así pasa la vida, como dicen. Join Cyberpunk stream, 40k talk. Exactly. Always down for some Cyberpunk in the morning. Yeah, Cyberpunk in the car, man. That's what we've been doing every Monday, meeting up, talking about it. I love talking about Cyberpunk. Can't get enough of it. Sometimes I think to myself, like, am I ever gonna run out of things to talk about? I mean, especially with release schedules the way they are. Black Chrome is the next book. I guess we could talk about that MMO that they released on April Fools called Elfline. If you guys are not familiar, Artel Sorian Games released a small PDF document for a game called Elfline, which is an MMO, massively multiplayer online game that is set in the Cyberpunk universe. So the idea is you can create elf characters in this game in the Cyberpunk universe using the Cyberpunk universe skills. There's even like other skills that like specific ones for the game. And it was on April Fools. It was supposed to be for fun, but it's actually real. It's a real thing. So you can play as your Cyberpunk Red characters playing in an MMO, whether it's like augmented reality or virtual reality. I didn't really read the whole document, but that's an interesting idea. I thought it was funny that they did that, and it's a really weird way of playing a game within a game and getting like that fantasy itch scratched. You know what I mean? I'm curious if any of you guys in chat have played that MMO or Elfline or are interested in taking a look in it. Let me know what you know about it or what you think is interesting about it. I'd love to talk about it. But yeah, it's an interesting thing that they did that. They also just released on their social media that they like kind of curated all the like free stuff that they have, like Red Chrome Cargo and all kinds of other free PDF releases. So if you guys want to get free stuff from Artel Saurian Games, make sure you guys go to their website or their social media so you can see it. So yeah, there's a lot of cool things coming down the pipeline. Um, I'm due for a fucking video. My next video is gonna be on improvement points and how I work them. There's a lot of there's a lot of controversy about how improvement points work in Cyberpunk Red. The thing is that I haven't really understood why anybody would reward their players less than 60 points a session. And the book kind of says per mission you give IP per mission. So I think there's a little bit of a disconnect with the way that the game is designed and how people play it. And I think I've just realized it like recently is people the game that is designed is more of a gamey loop. And that's the loop that James Hutt designed. He said it himself. He's like, I designed the game to be you get a mission, you go do the mission, you get paid, you do downtime activities, rinse and repeat. How many missions can you get done through a session depends on your group, and and that's basically the core design of the game. Is it great for a tabletop RPG? Yeah, it's great for one shots. It's great for video games. Like that's a great video game loop. But I don't know. As far as the way that I like to play Cyberpunk is, I like conspiracies and weaving stories within each other, character backstory, long missions that take like multiple sessions to complete. And during the missions, they you get asked really tough questions like about society, about survival, about what your character thinks. And these are all like things that I love exploring when I play Cyberpunk. And the mission itself is kind of like the mission is why we're all here together, but the mission isn't the entire story. The story is the characters, how they interact with each other, how they interact with other NPCs, how they interact with their environment, and the questions that Cyberpunk Red has proposed to people within the universe. Like are there any good guys in Cyberpunk Red? Is there hope for communities to come together? How do corporations gain power now that there's only a few left and they're only the big boys, so they kind of have a monopoly on everything? So how do these other smaller corporations fare? How does the media go fare with it? Is there especially like parallels to our world and politics? Is there what's going on? Sorry, I thought no one was talking in chat, but there's a bunch of people talking. Elf Punk, what in your opinion makes a great antagonist? Motive, believability? Sorry, I missed all that. Yeah, a good antagonist is someone that has good motive. Um, I think a good antagonist has something about them that you can kind of relate with. So like you kind of understand where they're coming from, even though you're gonna kill them and get revenge on them or whatever. There's an aspect about them that you're like, yeah, I get why they're doing this, because it's like I'm also trying to survive. They're just trying to survive. They're willing to bend their morals and values to be able to get their goals, and on the other hand, I have my own code of honor and my own way of doing things. So I don't agree with the way they do things, and that's just how it goes. Like only one of us can survive, only one of us can make it. I like that idea of an antagonist. Something with more depth, not just evil, you know? Evil is such a black and white concept when it's like, getting back to fucking Warhammer 40K. In the Warhammer 40K universe, evil is kind of like a fluid thing. Like there's no good guys, but there's no good, but there is evil, and there's evil, there's worse evil, there's more than worse evil, but there's no really good guys. And I feel like Cyberpunk is kind of the same kind of thing, same kind of concept, that even though there are good guys that are hopeful and trying to save the world or blah blah blah, they have to bend the rules and do illegal things, and can't help everybody, and because that's just the world we live in. So I like for antagonists to have some sort of believability on why they are doing the things that they do. I need a one shot with it really bad. Yeah, me too. I would like to play that kind of shit. You ever played Shadowrun? I've never played Shadowrun. I don't like fantasy and cyberpunk. I don't mixing. I don't like the magic in the world of cyberpunk. I like separating those two things, and I feel like when you put them together and you have orcs and ogres in a cyberpunk world, it kind of takes me out of the immersion, and it's not my thing. Next big character idea: someone who no lifes the elf MMO to the point they become the character. They get augments and cyberware to become their elf. Yeah, imagine a poser gang that started as an elf line clan, or what do they call them? They call them clans, right? Guild, elf line guild, that would go on raids and stuff like that, and then they became their characters with biosculpting, and then they decided to go LARPing, and then their LARPing got a little too serious, and now they legitimately think they are their characters. They took over a portion of a combat zone, and they go around as their characters, shooting bows and arrows at people and stuff like that. Yeah, I like that idea. That's fun. Not great for actual stories. Yes, so you run actual cyberpunk rather than dungeons and psychopaths, which is what they designed with Red. Yeah, I try to keep things separate. Jobs are the overall thing. You're doing missions are the things you have to do in a job. Yeah, I get that. I like the little bits of jobs in between the missions. Realizing I'm not 100% ready to begin the next bit of my campaign, might do an interstitial session with elf lines this weekend. Well, Palooka, whatever you need help with, let me know. That's what these live chats are for. I would love to help you out. Red is like Cyberpunk 5e, whereas Cyberpunk 2020 is 3.5e. That's a great way to explain it. I think that's pretty much it right there. Like Cyberpunk Red is the 5e version of it. Hey John, I love you, but I got a dip for work. Love you too, buddy. Take care. Jagos, what's going on? ¿Qué pasó, papá? ¿Qué ocupa? Llévalo. Doing well, Jagos. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you so much. One streamlined, easy to learn, and fresh, while the other is harder to grasp but deeper. Yeah. Cyberpunk isn't about saving yourself, not the world. Yep. Oh my god, one of my players was pitching a one shot like that. Sounds great. I haven't read the Cyberpunk Red book yet, but is there anything I should keep in mind when I start, or like how to start with other people in mind? Um, well, B Maverick, you said you haven't read the core rulebook. I would definitely read the core rulebook, but let's see, when should keep in mind when I start, or like how to start with other people in mind. You gotta make sure that in Cyberpunk Red, there's something called the life path system. It is their character background. Make sure you keep that in mind when you are creating your campaign, because your players will get really invested in their characters and their story. And if you ignore story elements about their background during your campaign writing, then you're doing a disservice to your players, and you're doing a disservice to yourself, You're not exploring things that you can be exploring that you know your characters will always be into. Think about one of the biggest problems that game masters have is like, how do I get my players hooked on a plot point? How do I get them engaged? The Cyberpunk Red and Cyberpunk 2020 with the life path system, they've given you a key to open that door, which is the life path. And you're able to find things like, oh, this guy is your enemy. He killed your wife or whatever. Well, I'm going to make sure that he pops up in the campaign somewhere. So, yeah, make sure you do look at your character's backstory. Andrew King says a friend of mine came up with a virus on his Netrunner to make cash on the side, a virus that farms cryptocurrency on the systems he puts it on. Well, I would definitely have another Netrunner find that virus, reverse engineer it, steal his crypto wherever the thing is installed. And now the Netrunner and all the players have to go and find that other Netrunner and stop him and kill him and reverse what they did because they're getting robbed. That would be fun. The UBGL uses shoulder arms, not heavy weapons, right? UBGL. I'm not sure what that is, Nihilus. Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you. Your name's in Russian, so I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. Underbarrel grenade launcher. Yeah, no, I think it uses heavy weapons. Love your Spanish accent, dude. Gotta go now. Take care. Take care, man. Hasta luego. Nice to see you. I think it still uses heavy because it says grenade launcher. Yes, I don't want to be boring. LOL. Yeah, no, it's all good. Underbarrel. Yeah, I think it would use heavy weapons. Nice, I caught up with chat. I'm pretty sure it would use heavy weapons, but I would have to double check. I'm not actually complete 100% sure. I would have to check with the book. And yeah, you don't want to be boring in a tabletop as a game master. I understand. That's something that is really hard to that's hard to get down. I mean, that's like not being boring. It's easy to just say that, but it's a skill. Like just like anything else in life, it's a skill that you have to work on. You got to have experience, and the only way you have experience is by fucking up. My first few games that I ran were completely garbage. Like me as a game master was terrible. They still had the other thing is like people still have fun even with a pretty like bad game master. They can still have fun. You know what I mean? So I would more worry about if you want to get. I would worry about understanding the system and reading the core rulebook before you try to be the greatest game master in the world. There's really easy adventures that you can run. Like I said, that game loop of get a mission, get paid, downtime, and rinse and repeat. You can do that with anything. I mean, there's so many stories that you can take and just literally copy it from movies and stuff like that. Why don't you, like, for example, Die Hard, the movie, that whole scenario of like hostages in a building with a bomb and whatever. Why don't you have your players infiltrate a corporate building where there's terrorists that have hostages and they're all trying to spring them out? Try that out. See how that feels. Try out combat. Try out net running. Try out the electronic security checks that they're gonna make. Whatever you want. Get the system down. Once you're comfortable with the system, you can start writing more intricate stories because you're comfortable and knowledgeable about how you can run the game. Let's see here. CRB says it acts as a grenade launcher with only one round of ammo. So yeah, heavy weapons is what it would be. The main thing is making the characters engaging for the players, and the rest comes from that. Yeah, and like I said, life path. Use the friends, use the enemies, use the family. All those people are interesting to the characters already. They already give a shit about those characters. They're already a big part of their world. So definitely have those. When wielded in two hands, the weapon can also be used as a grenade launcher with only one grenade in its magazine. While this is attached to a weapon, it cannot be concealed under clothing. Yep. Yeah, heavy weapons. I have a plot synopsis and sentence I'm preparing for my next session. Would it be cool if I send it to you later to get your input? Yeah, of course, Nihilus. I was actually going to say, I was debating if I should start a new one-on-one hell. I mean, I've been doing it already. People that message me, I've been helping them out. But for my patrons, to give them more like a more focus, give them more of like a good one-on-one time, so we can help with each other's campaign. Once you learn to make the players care, they eventually will help fill out the story for you as their characters make decisions. Yep, good DM steal, great DM steal, and adapt. Yep, I didn't think I could use movies as references. Dude, you could do whatever you want. The number one rule for gaming is everybody has to have fun. It doesn't matter if you steal ideas, it doesn't matter if you copy word for word. It does not matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you follow the rules carefully or you homebrew rules or whatever you do. None of it matters. All that matters is everybody has fun. That's it, period. And most of the fun I've ever had is because I copied things or I was inspired by things. So you can definitely copy anything that you want out there. I love the Warriors plotline and mix that with Judge Dredd to make a hellhole the players have to escape out of. Yep, that's a good one. If you do that, all I have to say is shut up and take my money. Yeah, I'm already taking your money because you're in my Patreon. So that you've already taken care of that. Gary Gygax literally said you don't even need to follow his rules as long as you have fun. That's what matters. Yeah, that's it. And there's even a bunch of Cyberpunk Red or Cyberpunk 2020 supplements where in the intro it says if you don't like a rule, ignore it, change it, do whatever you want. Nothing has to be the way you think it is. The only problem with homebrew, like what Seth Skorkowski was telling me, he was like, if I have to already make homebrew rules and house rules and stuff like that, then it doesn't forebode well. And it's true. You don't want to have to do all the work. You would only if you make changes, you're hoping that you're only making minor changes, not major changes to the entire system. You want to be able to like take some things and tweak them to make them to your liking. But if you have to change like major systems, then it's not a good game in my opinion. But I never felt that way with Cyberpunk Red. Hey, Chad, remember to smash the like button like Adam Smasher would. Yeah, thanks, Bronx. I appreciate it. It's all a jumping off point for you to make it as fun and crazy as you want. That's right. The con save knows what's up. Break the rules, anarchy, tips over trash can, but feels so bad, picks it up, and the trash that fell out, right? I was stressed because I couldn't find an ending to my own story or figure plot holes. Yeah. Here's a tip for you about plots. Sometimes I have a plot that I don't know how it's going to end and I don't know why it happened, but I just throw it at my players, see how they react to it, and then later on I decide what the whole intention of this was. Like for example, I'll have like a mysterious guy sit at their table and like say, "Hey, you guys want a job?" and then pass them a note and say, "I gotta go," and then just walk out the door, like suddenly. And the players are like, "Who the fuck was that guy? What was that? Is he part of a corporation? Yeah, it smells like corporation. All right." When the session's over, I'm like, "All right, he's a corpo." And what else did the players say? I don't know. There's something about him that makes me think that he's working with the government. All right, corpo that is corrupt and bribing government officials. That's what he was. I didn't have any of that shit beforehand, but seeing how my players reacted to it, I changed it. And I do that shit on the fly all the time. Always steal from your players. That's right, Twiggy. Uh, your players will say stuff like, "Oh man, don't tell me that this guy is X and Y and does this and that." And I'm like, "Oh well, who knows? We're gonna have to wait and see." When the session's over, I'm like, "Damn, that's a great idea! Oh my god!" Yeah, they do have to work for you. Exactly. You don't have to do all the work. And yeah, there's gonna be times where you fuck up. Like when I fucked up one of my NPCs, I had this NPC that I was hoping the players would trust, and I totally fucked it up. And they were like, "Yeah, we can't trust this guy." So what you're saying, John, is me and Nihilus should keep our mouths shut during sessions. If you want, I mean, I'll still eventually come up with something, but it would be better if you guys help me come up with it. I might actually go the opposite way. So that's the thing. You never know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to just like copy what you guys say and go like, "Oh yeah, it's a corporate." I might go like, "Oh, they think it's a corporate. So why don't I make him totally not a corporate or an ex-corporate, or he doesn't work with a government official and he's like actually legit, you know? So I'll go the opposite way and subvert your expectations. You know that meme. I've done this to my players so many times. That's right, Sandraiser. Me too. Oh man, I work with co-DM and we accidentally make lots of plot holes, but it is almost as fun to rationalize and fill those later on. Makes for interesting twists and interactions. Yeah, you're forced to actually think about it and think about how you're gonna fix your fuck up, and that leads to really interesting plots and ideas. I had a guy that was a token in a game that just so happened to avoid a shotgun blast through a door. My player yelled, "Oh snap, it's a Borg." Then I totally made him one. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I like that. I like when your players think it's something and you're like, well, there we go. Well, where we left off, I'm going to have to fight for my life as soon as we start. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. We played in Roll20, then a cyber rat happened. A cyber rat. Oof. How about a cyber rat that carries a plague of nanites, of nano robots, that when it bites you, it sends these nano robots into your system. The nanites go into your brain and control you. So they're mind controlling cyber rats. That's fun. My players make better stories than I do sometimes, so I just actualize their crazy theories. Yeah, man, that's the fun part. And you know what happens? They go, I fucking knew it. I knew that guy was going to do that. I knew he was going to backstab us from the beginning. I said it. You guys remember, I fucking said it. Little does he know, you had no plan for that NPC. And when he showed that he was suspicious about the guy, you were like, ooh, let's make this guy backstab then and make him right in the end. Time to crush that dude's rib cage. Yep. The leader was a techie and the cyber rat was an explosive one. Oof, that's nice. That's a good one. I like that too. Fun fact, who was it? Russia. Russia had this operation where they put bombs on cats and they had like cats go into places and explode the bombs, and it like utterly failed. I think it got like run over by a car on their first attempt. Something like that. Look it up. It's on the internet. But that reminds me of that. Those crazy Russians. Yo, what's up, Frag? Nice to see you, man. Thank you for coming by. Is it Frag Maps, Mark? Are you the guy that makes the maps? Frag Maps? It was a spy cat. All good, G. Who else? Frag? I don't know. Do I know another Frag? I don't think I know another Frag. But make sure you guys check out patreon.com/fragmaps. All one word. Amazing maps. He's doing great collaborations with people. And I can't wait to use them for my campaigns. They're really nice maps. I only know one. Frag Renade. Frag Renee is a great fucking name. Dude, that's a great fucking name. Frag Renee. That's like a great booster gang leader name. Frag Renee. I like that. I'm probably gonna steal it, dude. Frag Renee sounds French. In World War II, America made firebomb bats they tested and almost burned down the base they tested it on. Man, human beings find really creative ways to kill each other, huh? It's interesting. It's fun. It's always fun to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, um, I hope you guys are having fun playing Cyberpunk Red and any other tabletop RPGs right now. The one time a player created a detailed family for his corpo, his own wife, Amelia, who dimed his heists out for cred and got the deeds for planting bugs on the family dog. Damn, they're backstabbing between husband and wife? That's some deep shit, dude. That techie rolled a one. Uh-oh. It's like how Russia had spy whales. That's funny. Where am I parked? An undisclosed location where I'm being a private investigator and I'm checking on some shit. They also tried pigeon guided bombs. Yeah, you guys know how those messenger pigeons work? So it's actually really interesting. You know how when you get homesick, like when you go on vacation or something and you get homesick, That's actually a scientific thing. You get the magnetism of where you live, especially if you go far away. The magnetism of like where you used to live is what your circadian rhythm is connected to. So when you're away from there, it's a different kind of magnetism in that area, and your circadian rhythm is off. So it kind of throws you off, and you feel weird. And oh, hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. But anyway, the homing pigeons, what you do is you have them like live in one place for a long time, and then you go take them to a friend, and you go like, all right, hold on to this carrier pigeon, and when you want it to send me a message, it will automatically fly back home. And that's how it works basically. So it doesn't go from like back and forth. It's like I give it to you, you take it somewhere, and then you put a message on it, then you release it, and it'll always come back home. And it's all due to that circadian rhythm magnetism thing. It's really interesting. He's actually an astronaut pretending to be a PI. Uh-oh, what's going on? Lake trash bag. Dude, anything Better Call Paul? Is he really a PI? That's so cool if he is. Oh, you're talking about me. An astronaut. Yeah, I'm a private investigator. I'm investigating whether the pandemic is real and whether the birds are real. Because, you guys know that birds are not real, right? That's one of those things that people just say it, and I'm just like, all right, man, what do you want me to say, man? Space isn't real, dude. Birds are not real. Birds died many years ago, and I'm just like, all right, man, what do you want me to say, dude? You want me to like? I obviously think you're full of shit, but do we want to go down that rabbit hole? Do I want to sit here and have you send me YouTube videos of people saying that birds are not real? But yeah, that's what I'm doing here. I'm on the street making sure that birds are real. I'm investigating them. I talk to them. I whistle. And depending on their responses, I write it down in a journal. And with our research, we'll find out. Lizardman, Biotechnicon, they're bullshit again. Yeah, actually, birds not being real is a great Cyberpunk Red plot. And anything that's all Biotechnica shit. Biotechnica's up to no good. All right? They're up to no fucking good. But you can't you can't do anything about it. Man, John rolled high on his credibility, I believe. Yeah, dude. Birds are definitely not real, man. You gotta watch out. They're gonna get you. Oh, so I've been thinking, guys. Let me know how you guys feel about this. I've been thinking of maybe doing some kind of like sketches for like TikTok or doing some videos. I've been pondering the idea. I'm not an actor or anything, but I have a little bit of acting chops, just from playing tabletop games and stuff like that. And I have some funny ideas. But I don't know, man. That whole like trying to be funny thing is really difficult. I think I'm naturally a funny guy, not like, haha, oh my God, split my sides funny, but like just I'm a jokester. I love dad jokes, and I say stupid bullshit all the time. I have weird humor. But yeah, like Jagos is saying, don't try to force the humor you don't know about. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know, man. I've been thinking about it. I see other YouTube channels do it, and I'm like, I think I could do something like that. But I'm not even sure if that's worth doing. They think they're doing good, but they're basically John Hammond playing God with dinosaurs. If you want any voice work or something for your things, hit me up. Sensible chuckler, exactly. Like I do sarcastic quips. Yeah, Twiggy. I will definitely. Actually, yeah, I think I wanted to work with you in the future anyway to do some promotional stuff. So that would be fun. I like that you do voice acting. Oh, what else, guys? Tell me about your Cyberpunk Red games. Tell me about any questions you have. Yeah, Twiggy, we'll figure something out in the future. I don't really have anything yet, ideally, but we'll figure it out. I want to do something fun. Tell me about your games. Tell me how it went. I want to hear war stories. Uh, oh, you do VA stuff as well. That's awesome, man. That would be fun. We can do like a little skit or a radio broadcast or something. That would be cool. Um, I am looking for any kind of graphic designers or artists or anything. I just paid somebody on Fiverr to make me some things, and I'm like, ugh, is this a mistake? Did I make a mistake? I mean, we'll see how it goes. How would you like me to send my character to you? On Discord, Bronx, if you can. That would make it easier for me. Well, for now, I'm working on getting some work on Cyberpunk characters for High Shelf Gaming and Consave. Cool. That's awesome, Jagos. So you think incorporating blood loss would be too much for a game like Cyberpunk? No, actually, blood loss is part of. It's kind of hidden. It's not really talked about. But after you get into a combat scenario and all your buddies have been shot, then it is assumed that you are injured and bleeding out, and unless you do a first aid check, then you're going to continue to lose blood and die. So they don't really say like, you know, once again, Artel Sorian being vague about it, they don't tell you how much HP you're losing per second or minute or whatever, but they basically say like, hey, you got to get patched up after combat. You're wounded, even if you only got shot once. If the bullet connected through and got through, then you are wounded. You need to get patched up and you're bleeding. So it's dangerous. It's up to the game master's discretion to figure out how that works, but I don't think I think having blood loss be part of the game is actually rules as written. It's not homebrew. How you do it and how you decide it's going to be, like how much HP you're going to lose and stuff like that, that's completely up to you. I have a genuine question with weapons. How do you diversify your weapons and guns in your games with the core rulebook is very, very generic. I just think of like how cool do I want the weapon to be? As far as like pistols and guns, they're all pretty much the same. They, I know there's a bunch of gun porn fanatics in chat and in the community that are like, guns are not the same. They have all kinds of crazy variations. I get it, but as far as like creativity, I go with melee weapons. Melee weapons can be the creative things, like for example, you can have like a whip that is made of a chain. And it has some kind of device connected to it that heats up and makes you have a hot chain whip or whatever. It does 4d6 damage and it can grapple somebody. You can come up with all kinds of shit, but with melee weapons, uh, weapon attachments, and firearm attachments and stuff like that, you can come up with a lot of creative ideas where it's not just he uses a knife, he uses a bat, he uses a pistol. You can kind of finagle and be creative with it. They gave us license to pretty much do that, and they've given us rules to figure it out as well. So I would recommend doing something like that. All right, I'll check that out. I am not sure how to use Discord. Discord is just like any other. If you've ever used Curse or TeamSpeak or Trello, or is that what it was called? Trello? Or I think Vrelo, I forgot what it was called. But anyway, those voice chat programs, that's what Discord is. It's a voice chat program where you can make your own individual server, and it serves as a chat platform and a voice platform. And basically, the best way I can boil it down is you make your own social media platform where only invited people can use the social media platform, and it's focused on whatever you want it to be focused on, whether it's UFC, MMA, or boxing, or World of Warcraft, or in our case Cyberpunk. So you join our server and you have joined a community where we have our own little social media platform where we talk about Cyberpunk. We have separate channels where we talk about it and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what it is. I have a BA in graphic design if you want to work together too. Yeah, I'm definitely down to throw money your way to do that. I'm paying an artist to do Twiggy and Sean GT's characters in our game, but their schedule for this month is pretty full, so we might not get them till May. It's gonna be May. It's all good, man. Don't worry about it. Also, I'll throw my name in the hat or any drawing and graphical needs you have, Taylor. I've pretty much taken over our stuff in HSG. Yeah, Taylor, I didn't know if you were like too busy to do that kind of stuff. I'm more than happy to send work your way. I have this idea where I kind of wanted to make like an anime intro for the Wise Guys. I have pixel art for them. I have the Wise Guys logo, and I kind of wanted to make like a cool, fun intro to our game using their like names and like and clips from like past games, like fun clips that I can inject into it with a really cool song in the background. But my fucking video editing skills are limited to whatever I learned on YouTube. Whatever you guys see on my YouTube channel, it's all shit that I just learned on the fly. So if you have better skills than me, which I know you do, I'd be more than happy to throw some money your way so you can do it. Let's see. You might put them in a piece later on. Cool. My assumption was that you need to stabilize after combat because you just don't heal after that, not that there's any chance of actually bleeding out. I believe it says you bleed out. I'm not sure now. Now I'm thinking about it. I would say that blood loss is in my games. I would definitely have it. It's like if you don't want to stabilize, then you're gonna die, dude. You're gonna go unconscious. You're gonna lose a bunch of blood, and it's not gonna be good. You got shot, you have a foreign bullet in your body, or your organs have been pierced. Things are not supposed to go through your body and out the back. So you got to take care of that, or else something's going to happen. So blood loss, I think, is a great part of that. Current game is Biotechnica Corpo, a Lithuanian solo, and a tech narco are all working on distributing designer party drugs in the Southwest Free States, so Biotechnica can market the rehab therapy. Yeah, that's actually one of the plots that I had in my Wise Guys campaign where Biotechnica is making, I'm sorry, it was Pfizer, which is crazy. I used real corporations just because I felt like there was such a great parallel between them. But then I realized like, oh, Artel Sorian can't like really promote my games if I'm using real corporations. So I stopped doing that. But basically my idea was Pfizer was creating a antidote or vaccine for a new drug called Purple Chem that is hitting the streets. It's highly addictive, psychoactive. Think that meth and that crocodile drug, like all mixed into one. Everybody's doing it. Highly addictive. What the conspiracy was that the players later found out, is Pfizer was also making the drug. So they were making the drug and making the cure for the drug. So they could just make this beautiful cycle of making money and exploiting the population. Yeah, she's super talented, dude. Taylor's really, really talented. I've seen some of her stuff. I spent 3 years learning graphic technology and automotive technology. Hell yeah, man. It's great. It's good to know how to change some oil. Before I got the book, I freeballed a mission out of the Forlorn Hope. Me and my team were looking for a water filtration chip and let my team rest for the night while I went ahead and got captured. Ooh, that's fun. Haven't finished it yet. I like that idea, B Maverick. Heat melee weapons make me think of the heat hawks and heat rods that Xeon mobile suits use in the OG Gundam. Ventrillo. That's what I was trying to remember. Sandrazor. Thank you so much. Yeah, Gundam is cool. But I got over mechs once I got a little older. My ex was more of a designer, and I am more of the artist type, not so good with layouts and design. Well, hey, dude, send me your portfolio. I'm sure there's something I can throw your way. Yes, Monday is so much better now. That's right, because you're here, Neko. You sweet bastard. I love you. Good to see you. At John, that's why I'm working on a homebrew for melee modification since the core rulebook has none. Just a way to further add customization. I love the idea. Brutalk, what's going on, dude? Full Wise Guys OVA. Yeah, that's right. I'm pretty much trying to do an anime intro for it. Uh, 90s style pixel art. That would be really cool. Anime type intro. Yes, please more video editing work. I currently only have boring work edits. I need more stuff. All right, Taylor, we're gonna talk and we're gonna make it happen. I love that. I want to do that. Oh, crocodile is horrifying. Don't ever look it up. Yeah, it's terrible. It's basically gasoline you inject. Oof. Blushes. Thanks, y'all. I use real life corporations also. In my last session, the player ran into anti capitalist revolutionaries in Panama who had seized the well from the Nestle Corporation and was using it as their base. Oof, Nestle over in a third world country, dude. Not that Panama's a third world country, but that idea of it, um, I love that idea. Not okay, I shouldn't say I love the idea. The story wise, I like the idea of corporations exploiting innocent people. That's like a big part of it. Is you go to a place where big bad America can't stop you, and in fact they turn the a blind eye to the things you do because you're like, hey, I'm not doing it to Americans. I'm doing it to these people that we don't care about. So they're like, yeah, whatever. You want to do slave labor over there? Fine, go ahead. But just make sure you don't do it over here on American soil. I mean, that's a real harsh reality of our world. And if, I mean, iPhones, you don't want iPhones? You got it. Everyone who has an iPhone or any cell phone, we are complicit in allowing slave labor. That's just how it goes, man. That's the world we live in now. Did we know when we bought an iPhone that there's somebody, a 12-year-old boy, like breaking his nails and suffering somewhere out there to make the iPhone? No, we don't know that. But once we found out, did we stop buying iPhones? No, we didn't. Does that make us evil? I don't know, man. It's all a matter of perspective. But well, all I know is that those corporations know what the fuck they're doing. And does that make them evil? Fuck yeah, it makes them evil, dude. They're fucking evil, dude. All of them. Google, Facebook, Apple, all those fucking assholes. They're all evil. They only care about the bottom line. They don't care about human suffering. None of that shit. And yeah, I didn't mean to get all philosophical on you guys. Man, I seriously want to see those characters again. The old wise guys is a fun adventure. Soon, dude. Soon. I'm working on the campaign. Nestle is evil. They definitely be a cyberpunk evil corp. Yeah, for sure. Street level. We are the people who allow the world to become cyberpunk. Yep. They couldn't do it without us, but they'll keep doing it. Literally using slave labor to sell cheap parts for $1,000 plus. Yep. Oh man, Apple's obfuscating part serial numbers so you can't tell if it was made with forced labor. So rather than fix it, they just make it harder to track. I know. It's garbage, dude. I do Twiggy and I'm new, so it's not pro, but constantly growing. Welcome to Cyberpunk. I mean, they sold a monitor stand that's just a piece of metal for $1,000. Yeah, I saw that fucking shit where they were just taking pictures of a monitor stand and like oohing and awing like it's the fucking next coming of Jesus. Apple is a cult, dude. Anybody that is look, I don't care if you have an iPhone. I don't have an iPhone. My phone's not better than your phone. It's just a phone. Your phone is better than my phone in certain ways and aspects. I get it. But who cares, dude? We don't go around like, comparing hammers and nails and knives and shit and going like, "Oh, you bought fucking Cutco knife? Oh my god. Dude, you need to buy this knife from this brand." We don't do that for anything else. Why is there such a fucking cult about phones? Who gives a fuck? Anyway, that's my iPhone rant. I'd love to see some. Do you have a place to post it? Yeah, Bronx, send me your O'Branigan. Bronx, send me your portfolio, please. I want to see what you can do. Mostly it has been all character art for friends, D&D games, such, but all the drawings on our episode cards I did. The same for the High Shelf Gaming Mass Effect game. I need to put them all in one spot, to be honest. Yeah, Taylor, I'm definitely going to throw money your way. I would rather my friends get some work. I have a DeWalt 15 milliwatt, I think that's what it is, cordless drill. What do you have? What do you have, peasant? Our phones are just doom scrolling portals in our nightmare world. It truly is. Man, I was just comparing some knives the other day. Yeah, dude, the whole doom scrolling thing is perpetuated by artificial intelligence. Those fucking algorithms, man. Those algorithms basically just run our whole world. It's ridiculous, dude. I've completely given into algorithms because if you try to go against the grain when it goes with algorithms, it just confuses them and then your timeline for all your social media and shit like that, and your search engine optimization is all wonky. Everything is set up for the algorithms to take care of everything. Like even my YouTube channel, I've just completely given in to it, man. This is how it's going to be from now on. AI is going to determine whether I can hug my wife or not. I mean, it's going to decide all of our shit. What's up, Naked Snake? Good to see you. Sorry you walked in on some weird conspiracy shit. Man, and those algorithms change constantly on social media. It is insane. What's insane is they don't know how to like maintain it. They don't know why it does the things that it does. If you ask YouTube, like, hey, why did you guys ban this channel, but you didn't ban this other channel? Their response is like, dude, we didn't do anything. It was the AI, and we don't know why it did it. We literally don't know. We just set it up, and we're like, all right, here you go. You know those wind up toys where you wind them up and then you put them on the ground? They pretty much did that with their search engine, and then they realized like, oh yeah, we don't know what it's doing. It's kind of rampant. Yeah, AI is gonna determine if I can hug my wife. Looking at how TikTok works is headache inducing. I know, man. That's insane. $5 from Twiggy. I love you, buddy. Thank you. What's that? You get Starbucks coffee. I get Dunkin' Donuts. It's far better. You're such a plebeian for getting something that's not Dunkin'. First of all, Starbucks coffee is disgusting. I'm totally done drinking Starbucks. I make my own coffee at home. I have the Keurig pods. Those little donut shop is the one that I drink. So much better than Starbucks. Starbucks is another cult. It's another cult thing where a corporation has taken control of your life. $10 from Nihilus. Great chat. Got a bounce for the lion for the emperor. Son of Caliban. We shall see you. Thank you so much for being here. Love you, man. Take care. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for the 10 buckaroos. Man, I stopped doing YouTube videos because of that algorithm. I should start again, but it's a headache. Rage Barton Moss is just laughing. The algorithm worked great for me because there weren't a lot of Cyberpunk Red content creators. So the algorithm was like anybody that even remotely is into Cyberpunk, my videos get suggested to them. So that works out for me greatly. For stuff like us in the hobby world, algorithms are great. I get recommended Warhammer 40K stuff that I'm super interested in all the time. Cyberpunk stuff that I'm in. If there's a new Cyberpunk content creator, I get introduced to them because of the algorithm. But when it comes to other things, like political shit and religious shit and conspiracy theories, the algorithm just keeps giving you the shit that you want, and it perpetuates like the same kind of ideology. And you got all these crazies saying that birds and space is not real and the world is flat and Pizzagate. And they are like, yeah, look at all these thousands of YouTube channels out there that corroborate my information. So that's what we got to do. YouTube keeps copyright flagging my break videos that is royalty free, but that I buy from a website made for creators. Why algorithm? Dude, you got to tell the website to or wherever you get it from. I think this is just my speculation. I think you got to tell them that, hey, I keep getting copy strikes. Can you tell YouTube to give me an exception because I'm using your content? And YouTube will make an exception to your account. I think that's how it works. I've been wondering about the same kind of thing. That's why I make my own music. That's why I don't even bother with anything else. Like, dude, we did a live chat once at my house, or a video or something, and my son Donnie was in the video for like 2 seconds because he came, he wanted me to hug him or whatever, and you guys saw him for like 2 seconds. YouTube demonetized my video because my son was in the video for 2 minutes or 2 seconds. They're like, children cannot be in it. The algorithm completely did it. I mean, not that I was, I don't really care, but I just found it interesting. And yeah, Donut Shop is bomb. It's the best. I saw a bunch of footage. I couldn't challenge the AI. Yeah, 100%. I know, right? That's why I have to deal with it too. What will we ever see the OG? When will we ever see the OG Wise guys again? I guess Jackie was kind of dead though, right? Jackie actually made it out, but he's not the same person that he was before. He had a near-death experience. He was actually clinically dead, but trauma team brought him back We with the one trauma team coin that I rewarded Joe for his amazing play during our campaign. He used it at the final battle to save Jackie, and that's what he did. But we've moved on to new wise guys. I debated having those wise guys come back. The problem with Jackie's character is now he's a mob boss who is in charge of multiple mob families in Night City. So, I mean, he's big fish now. You know, he's dealing with corporations and government officials and stuff like that. And it's like when your character hits level 20 in D&D, it's kind of boring. It's like now you're fighting gods and monsters, space monsters and stuff like that. So that's kind of what Jackie's going through. It blows my mind how long it took for Mad Queen to pop up on my recommended. That's nuts, dude. Yeah, they don't like Mad Queen. The algorithm doesn't like Mad Queen for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I've heard it from a lot of those Cyberpunk 2077 creators. Maybe it's like controversial stuff. I don't know. I don't. Maybe they do a lot of drama stuff. I think those drama channels kind of the algorithm like dislikes the drama channels and kind of fucks with their suggestions. The donut shop where I live sells Chinese food, dude. Do you live in a place where you could get T-shirts and car batteries from the same place? That's awesome. Do you have a Twitter so I can see your art eventually when you post it? Yep. YouTube has its copyright system flags music that is played on a channel who played it first, even if royalty free. Ugh, that's disgusting. The only other channel I really get for red stuff is that guy we recently banned, so I won't name them, so I'm gonna stick with you. Well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you being a part of the community. Yes, I'm going to work on pay. Okay, I'll follow you. Mad Queen was considered Cyberpunk 2077 instead of Cyberpunk Red or 2020. She's moving to Doom for now. Oh, that's interesting. She's moving to another game. Yeah, I figured that's what would happen. I never got into the Cyberpunk 2077 side of things because it's just a video game, and whether it was going to be good or bad made no difference to me. I'm more interested in the tabletop game, and I like the tabletop game, so I continued making content for it, and I'll continue making content for it. And will I do Warhammer later on in the future? Who knows, man? Who knows? Yeah, they blew up Austin, the many saints of Night City. How do you feel about space cyberpunk adventures? Sort of like Fifth Element or Total Recall. Always liking your stuff, John. Thanks, Maxfield. I always like you supporting too. I appreciate it. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. As far as a space game in Cyberpunk, I think it's a cool idea. I've never tried it myself. I think there's so much to explore within a city or just the human element of being around a city or in the wasteland and stuff like that. I think there's enough to explore with that I'm not really interested in space. So I haven't really given it a shot, but there's a lot there. There's shit that you can do. So I would recommend that if you want to give it a shot, go ahead and do it. Why not? That sounds fun. Let's see. She does a lot for her channel. Do you ever do a campaign outside of the US like Pacific Rim or Eurosource? Never have done it. I played in Night City in Cyberpunk 2020 exclusively. It wasn't until Cyberpunk Red came out that I actually did one session, a one shot in Vegas. And now I did a mini campaign in Austin, Texas. And now I'm doing a larger campaign between multiple groups in the where what I call the Texas Triangle: Dallas, Houston, Austin. This triangle in the middle of it is a nomad encampment in Koss, Texas, Kosse, Texas, and in those surrounding three cities, plus Lafayette, plus San Antonio, plus Fort Worth, plus Plano, and some other cities too. All of that whole area is like a big world that I'm exploring right now. I think all of 2077 was a hit. Dantix, Neon Arcade, S League, and others didn't get a good following due to YouTube algorithms. Yeah, maybe, but also, I mean, what else is there to say? You know, maybe it's not that interesting. Cyberpunk Red, the ultimate moddable game for more so than video game in 2077. Hell yeah, dude. Maybe Algae started associating CP2077. Oh, the algorithm. That's funny, Algae. Content in general with the milieu of drama news content about the bugs, controversies. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is, Brutal. And you would know If you guys check out Brutal, he has some really cool videos on his channel as well that are not related to Cyberpunk. They're like gaming, funny stuff. But yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. There was a lot of drama. There's a lot of CDPR drama, and a lot of them like being accused of being shills for the company and stuff like that. So I think that it has a lot to do with that kind of thing. Our hobby, man, the videos I make, it's safe. YouTube loves what I do. They love it because it's not controversial. There's rarely any cussing or sexual. There's never sexual themes. There's never anything that advertisers can't advertise on any of my videos. It's like perfect, chef's kiss. They're like, "Mwah, perfect. I love your channel. Keep doing it. Don't talk about anything controversial. No drama. Yes, this is what we want." So for me, I've never had a single issue with YouTube. Not a single one. If there's anything that got demonetized, I sent them a request and they pretty much like took it away. It was like an accident or whatever. And it's very rarely ever happened. So yeah, I've had no issues on that front. Negative drama that affects advertising takes a hit, and that was a big part of it. Yeah, 100%. Which Chromebooks are you going to buy first? Black Chrome, Moon Chrome, Old Tech Chrome? I'm going to be buying whatever's next. I mean, there's nothing Cyberpunk Red that I won't buy. I'm going to be playing the board game. I have minis. I'm going to start painting the minis. I'm going to play the skirmish game. I'm going to do everything. So I just love it. Ready for the Texas campaign. Sounds awesome. Thank you, Taylor. You're. I wanted to run the con save through that through there too. We should do some kind of collaboration. Do you plan on making your Red games more believable and akin to CP2077, like adding teleporting police, floating guns, and non-materializing walls and T-posing gangsters? Yeah, dude, that's how real I want to get. Talking about Vegas, I had some ideas for gangs. Main ones were 2 poser gangs, Alien Poser Gang and the Elvis Poser Gang. Yeah, Vegas is great for poser gangs. It's also great for corruption and mafia and stuff like that. I believe they were the only place that still had oil money, and that's why the Nevada could be a free state, all because of Las Vegas. That was in the home of the brave. I would recommend, if you're going to do a campaign in Vegas, to get the Home of the Brave book and read about Nevada. It's a Cyberpunk 2020 core rule source book. Liam Leyland, what's going on? Who the heck is this bald guy on my screen? What's up, buddy? I miss you, TT. I love you, man. It's good to see you, man. It's been a long time. Is that you? Is that you in your thing? Profile picture? Liam Leyland. It is you, right, TT? I figured it was. Your last name is Leyland, right? Wildside 2, Liam, it's Ranger Paul. What do you think would make 2020 GM like me take the plunge into Red, or what in particular appeals to you about the system? A lot of quality of life changes, a lot of things that just make sense, things that when I played D&D 5e, I was like, oh, I wish Cyberpunk kind of had some of these ideas. Net running is amazing. It's way better than 2020 in my opinion. What else? Cyberpunk Red has a cool story too. Corporations have been diminished. Nomads have been uplifted. They're more powerful. And I love that there's a good baseline for a good core game, and anything after that that's released from Talsorian is only going to enhance the game. So yeah, there's a lot of good things I could say about Red, but that's pretty much like the main ones. Might switch after I finish my current campaign. I don't know. I would highly recommend it, dude. It's a newer game. It's a new way to play Cyberpunk. There's a lot of quality of life stuff that they've changed that is really important. What's the story about Ranger Paul? He's just an NPC that was in my game that gave them a quest. Literally, they talked to him for like 5 minutes, and then they made a meme about me in a cowboy hat. Or Twiggy did. He made a meme about me in a cowboy hat and said I'm Ranger Paul. That's pretty much it. Never been into it, but is there an actual Warhammer store near you? Yes. There's one here in the Phoenix area. I was really surprised. Yeah, there's a Warhammer store, like an actual Warhammer store near me. But even closer to me is a local gaming shop. and he has Warhammer stuff, and I got my Cyberpunk Red Core rulebook from him and everything. It's like a legit mom and pop shop. I live in Vegas and is already fairly cyberpunk, 100%. Isn't Vegas gonna have the corporations where they can have their own governments and stuff like that? That's the most cyberpunk thing I've ever seen in my life. I love you, Liam. I miss you, TT. I really do. For those of you that don't know, Liam Leyland in chat was the rocker boy in my first Cyberpunk. If you go like all the way to my videos to the first video, it's an actual play of me playing Cyberpunk 2020 with my friends. He was one of the players. He was the rocker boy in our game. Net running is a lot better in Red. Yep, I'm glad they reduced the overlap of fixers and corpos in Red. Yeah, they made medtech a lot more of an individual role as well. Corpos are fun. It's not just that weird resources thing. It's a lot less ambiguity with things, but they still left some things vague to allow for creativity. We said John was Ranger Paul because he described him as a bald with a beard. Twiggy the memes is worse than I am. Yeah. Innovation zones. Miss gaming with you, dude. Just been grinding Tarkov lately. Oh man, sounds fun. I wish video games would do it for me like they did back in the day, but they really just don't. Innovation zones and water wars are Nevada's future. Ugh, that sounds terrible. Imperial Outpost games? I don't know what that means. X'd out. Liam, your rocker boy was awesome. I do feel like I was fed a storyline to make him shine. I definitely wanted to make your rocker boy shine, and it was fun. Especially when you went to that high school and posed as a high school student, like 21 Jump Street, and found out some information. That was fun, dude. Yeah, the high school story was pretty funny. That shit was hilarious because the other three players were sitting in a car waiting for him to like do his thing. And then people were like, who are those three older dudes in that car looking at you? And he's like, those are my dads. Oh man, that was funny. OTT, the young rocker, wasn't he part of the real OG Wise guys? Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. It's him. Liam Leyland. Do you think they will add new roles in like in 2020 or stick to core? Yeah, they have to. They're gonna 100% do that Naked Snake. I think so, and I think it's gonna be awesome. Really love that game. Same with Divinity 2. Game store that sells Warhammer stuff in Phoenix area. Oh. Imperial Outpost is what it's called. Cool. Wasteland 3 is dope. Those guys were his father. Yeah, my three dads. Yeah. DG, what's up, player? Good to see you, man. Love you. Good to have you here. DG Rage Right, aka Blackadder from the Wise Guys, is here in chat. And we're all here having a grand, gay old time talking about Cyberpunk. So, yeah, TT, what was your character's name? I forgot your character's fucking name. But Liam was one of those people. He played Cyberpunk and he's like, this isn't for me. And he's not really into it. So, yeah. Greetings from Greece. What's up, Ronin Perspectives? How you doing, man? Hope your Cyberpunk Red games have been going well. Good to see you, dude. I think we've chatted on Instagram, right? You've sent me some stuff in the past. I think. I'm not sure. But either way, hope you've been having a good day. Thank you for joining us in this live chat. Yeah, man. I have a lot of world building to do for my Cyberpunk Red campaign, and it's kind of a slog right now, trying to find out exactly how I'm gonna do things. And also, I'm testing it out with my Patreon folks, testing out the game, writing my Wise Guys campaign. I have to do videos. I have a lot of work to do and a lot of work that I put on my plate. As somebody that is a part-time YouTuber, I have a full-time job, and part-time I do like YouTube content and stuff like that, believe it or not. But I just want to do so much. I can't do it full-time. I need to make the monies, so that's it. At the moment, we are frozen, but I keep my connection to the game through your efforts. Oh, damn. Sorry, man. I don't know what happened. What happened? Oh, frozen because of lockdown. That's what you mean. Well, I hope that everything works out for you guys, man, and you guys stay safe. Are you going to try those updates to the wilderness travel chart we talked about? You mean the open road? Yeah, I changed some rules around for the ambush, um, for the party size and stuff like that. Definitely. I'm gonna make some other changes down the road, just see how it feels. Uh, it's it didn't feel as I'm debating if I should do every 15 minutes roll on the chart instead of every 30 minutes. But then again, a 3 hour, so let's say a 2 hours would be 4 times 2, 8 rolls on the chart is it's kind of much, isn't it? It's a lot. I don't know. Is that a lot? I know that part-time, full-time schedule struggle is real. Yeah, dude. It's I wish I could just sit at home and make cyberpunk stuff till the sun comes down, but I got to make that money, dude. I'm the breadwinner for the family, so I got a family, got a son, got a wife. My wife deserves beautiful things, so got to make money for the wife. Some people might disagree, but I'm glad the fumble table's gone. Yeah, me too. 10% chance to terribly fumble is not fun to me. 10% on a D20, getting a 1 is a 5% chance. On a D10, getting a 1 is a 10% chance. That extra 5% is a big deal, man. 1 out of every 10 times you're going to fumble is really tough. So I'm glad they took it out too. Kyle theme, please. Yeah, every 30 minutes is good. 4 rolls for 2 hours sounds fair. I thought so too. Halfway through another 12-hour day right now. Ugh, yuck. Yeah, supportive wife for the motherfucking winters. Right, DG, I agree. Every 30 is fine in my opinion. Okay, I'm glad you feel that way. Good, good, good. There's still 10% chance, and now there's a bigger gradient of how much you mess up. Yeah, but there is no longer a fumble chart that has you shoot your best friend in the back or drop the grenade at your feet. All that stuff is under GM discretion. The fumble chart had some really fucked up things in Cyberpunk 2020. So a 10% chance and then another D10 roll to see if you do another thing that's bad. It also slowed down the game a little bit too much, in my opinion. Trying to like go to the chart and try to figure out what happens. So yeah, just passing or failing is fine. The missus wants her money. It is known. Yeah, 100%, dude. She deserves it, man. She watches my kid while I do all this stuff. Last week we barely had any time to hang out, so we had some quality time over the weekend. Thankfully, some Easter stuff. Took the kid to the park. He did some Easter egg hunting. So good stuff. Man, that could destroy your character. 100%. Nothing ruins the fun more than killing yourself because of a fumble. I know, man. That's what I'm talking about. Donnie's still a terror? Yeah, 100%. 100%. Gotta go. What are some good one-shot ideas like speed? One-shot ideas. I mean, anything, any movie, any story that you've ever heard of where the Italian Job or heists. Heists are good. Kidnapping, rescue missions, thievery, car chases, bomb defusal, bomb planting, assassination. I mean, yeah, I can name a dozen. There's all those. As a breadwinner of my house and with the kid, I totally get you. Yeah, man. That's what it is. It's fun. It's fun to have fun, but we got to make that money, dude. I got a family, dude. Adapt Ulysses into a Night City one shot. There you go. Escort quest. Exactly. TT, you know. You know what's up. I know how you feel. Unfortunately, my missus is a normie, so it's a bit different for me. Yeah, my missus is a normie too, but she's supportive. So she's like, I don't get what you guys are doing over there. I don't understand how a bunch of grown men are rolling dice and pretending to be other people. But if that's what you have fun with, fine. It's better than going to strip clubs with your buddies. It's better than having a drinking problem. It's better than not being home. It's better than a million things out there. So she's like, even though I don't understand it and it makes you happy, go ahead and do it. But make sure you make time for your family and your priorities are straight. And I think that's fair. Let's see. I used the Cyber Chair by Artel Starring to do John Wick paraplegic. That's sick. The 1980s movie Maximum Overdrive will be incorporated into my game via Netrunner. That's great. I love that. Is that the Denzel Washington one. There's a Denzel Washington cyberpunk movie that that I started watching, but I never finished. From one father, husband, GM, full time breadwinner to another, crush it, brother. I love you, DG, and I wish you the best too, man. Thank you. I love your support. My wife played the Book of Eli. No, there's another one. It's an old school movie. Somebody posted it somewhere. I forgot what it's called. My wife played the narco in my current campaign. Cool. I got to work on making sure she has her time too, but with 14-hour days, it's difficult sometimes. Yeah, no, it is. 14 hours is insane, dude. It's actually really insane. That's life draining. If I The thing is, I actually do have 12 to 14-hour days too. I wake up at 4 a.m. every day, Monday through Friday. I take Saturdays and Sundays off. Monday through Friday, I wake up at 4 a.m. I get ready, I get my coffee, I get to work at 6 a.m. And then by the time I get home, it's between 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. every day. So that's like 12-hour work. In my opinion, when you clock out, your job's not the job's not done. When you get home, you're off of work. That traffic and commute is all a part of work, in my opinion. I don't care what anybody fucking says. That's all a part of your job. Or I wouldn't be in this fucking traffic if I didn't have a job. So I think that needs to be considered. Yeah, 4 a.m. is tough, but you know what? I got used to it and now I love it. I go to sleep at 9:30 or 10 o'clock. So waking up at 4 is fine. It's good that when I get home, I still have time. I still have daylight a little bit, and I can hang out with the family and stuff like that. You're still on. Get to work. Speaking of the wife, here she is, coming over to talk some shit while I'm talking about how I need to spend quality time and how much I love my family. Let me turn down these windows, dude. It's fucking hot. Hi, Mrs. LeWise. There we go. Get some air in here. But yeah, that's it, man. 9 to 5s are all. I agree with that commute statement. Until you're doing your own thing, it doesn't count. Exactly, man. You're working for somebody else. They're like, you got to be at work at 6. I wake up at 4. I wouldn't wake up if I could wake up at 5:55, get in my teleporter and get to work. That would be great. But we're not there yet. Elon Musk hasn't made it yet. So the commute is all a part of work. John is telling us how you're such a wonderful person and wear the pants in the relationship, and he definitely doesn't sleep on the couch. Dude, are you kidding me? I'm like the cuddle monster, dude. Everybody wants a piece of JonJonTheWise, all right? Like my dog has to be like cuddled up in my belly, like on my belly, under the blanket. Wife has to put the leg on me. My son has to be putting his leg on me too. I'm the I'm the guy that everyone connects to. I work in finance and we've been working from home since pandemic, but everybody just works longer now that they're now without their commutes. It's nauseating. Ugh, that's disgusting. I can't believe they did that to you guys. Lies, he's the biggest liar. Damn, dude. Straight talking shit. Straight talking shit, dude. Yeah. John is a living pillow. I pretty much am. I am my pillow for the family. That's it. People putting their legs on me. The other day I slept on my son's foot the whole night and I didn't realize it. I felt so bad. His foot fell asleep. But he likes kicking me in the middle of the night too, so it's fun. That's fun. It's fun when you get kicked in the head and you're sleeping. Okay, everyone, have a good day. I actually have to work. Jeez. This is work, all right? I made $15. Guile theme plays. Dude, I love the Guile theme. It's so good. It really does go with everything. It's insane how it goes with everything. But yeah, how cool was it that Jean-Claude Van Damme was the fucking was the American Air Force Colonel Guile? I'll give you $10 if you get back to work. Jesus Christ, she's always talking shit, dude. You see the sass? Do I deserve it? I was just talking about how amazing she is, talking all these good things about her and how my family deserves my priorities and all this, and she's out here like fucking throwing L's at me, dude. Go to work. See, now you got Twiggy giving me another $5. Thank you so much, Twiggy. I really appreciate it, dude. I have 2 fur babies that also enjoy taking up the bed and kicking all night. Yeah, if I don't let my dog come and sleep under the blankets by my stomach, then he scratches me at night, scratches my back, scratches my arm, like, hey, come on, I'm waiting, hurry up. So I get that from him too. Couldn't make more with OnlyFans. Yeah, I considered it, you know. Maybe people will want to watch my feet. Go to work. All right, my new puppy slept on my head or chest all night last night, and she's a pit bull, so not small. Yeah, that's the one thing. Those big dogs that don't give a shit. Who gave $5.01? Oh, Brutal. Do not go back to work. Well, the people have decided. They have spoken. Thanks, Twiggy, but don't support his bad habits. Raul Julia as M. Bison, dude, was the best. Oh, dude. Can you believe that was his last fucking role in life? And he killed it. He gave it his 100%. It's a bidding war for John John. How dare you? Oh, man, I love you guys. You know, money does talk. I mean, Brutal did the 1 cent. I can't fault the guy for doing it. For you, it was the most important day of your life. For me, it was Tuesday. Or what does he say, Wednesday or Tuesday? He says one of those. Bison, I'm going to kick your ass so hard. What does he say? Bison, I'm going to kick your ass so hard. Oh, shit. My wife gave me money. So it's basically like revolving. She just laundered our money. She just took our money, gave it to me, and it's going to go back into our account. So it's like literally just hold on to this $10. But I appreciate it, wife. I love you. I love you with all my heart. You're my whole world. Really, that was his last role. What a way to go out. I know, man. So you have become a commodity. Straight up, dude. Isn't that fun? It's like, hey, here, hold this $10. Okay. All right, give it back. There you go. What a supporting wife. What's up, Punk Generator, aka Mr. Punk? Make sure you guys check out Punk Generator. You had another name, didn't you? He makes cyberpunk content as well. Make sure you guys check out his YouTube. Yo, Neko, $10. Do what you want. Thanks so much, man. I really appreciate the dono. I appreciate the love, guys. Thank you guys so much for doing that. You didn't have to. Your support in the YouTube and the likes and all that stuff in the community is all I need to move on in life and be happy. But I really, really appreciate the donations as well. It's really awesome. Punk Master, that's right. But channel and stuff is all Punk Generator. That's right. So make sure you guys go join his YouTube channel if you want more cyberpunk stuff. He did the Bison role because his kids loved Street Fighter. Oh, man. Now I gotta remember the quote. Somebody find the Jean-Claude Van Damme quote where he says, I'm going to kick Bison so hard that he's going to something, something. Man, Jean-Claude Van Damme, dude. Dude, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Oh, shit. I think I have a Bloodsport shirt on. Just to show you guys how much I fucking love Jean-Claude Van Damme. I do, yep. I'm wearing a Bloodsport shirt. I mean, come on, dude. That's my boy, dude. I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. Grew up with him. But I heard he was a total asshole and a major cokehead. Your wife just made you money. You're welcome. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, you're welcome too, babe. I love you. Oh, shit. The stand came down. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. JCVD for life, straight up, dude. Bloodsport is a classic movie. It should be shown to all children in every world. And everybody should watch it. It is the greatest martial arts movie ever made. Bloodsport was one of the greatest 80s action movies ever. Yeah, 100%. I think it was 90s, though. But I think it was like 91 even. It was his first role. It was that whole story of Bloodsport is amazing. It It's based on a true story, okay, about this guy named Frank Dukes, who claimed that he went to this tournament in China or Japan or something, where it was sanctioned murder or whatever. Like if somebody dies during the fight, if he dies, he dies. It's all good, and he won multiple trophies there. So that's his story. Come to find out later on, Hong Kong. That's right. Come to find out later on, the guy was completely full of shit. They made a whole Jean-Claude Van Damme movie about him, and his whole story was made up. He's full of shit, fucking stolen valor. He wasn't even in the military. Everything about his story was completely made up. There is no fucking underground tournament in the woods in Hong Kong or anything like that. No kumite. But they took that story, ran with it, said it was based on a true story, had Jean-Claude Van Damme play a guy named Frank Dukes, and the rest is history, dude. The soundtrack too, man. Oh, that soundtrack's so good on Bloodsport, man. 1988. Ah, then it is 80s. Good shit, Punk Generator. Thank you. He rolled a crit on his credibility, 100%. Oh man, can you believe that? But yeah, I think it's the greatest martial arts movie ever made. Jean-Claude Van Damme is the greatest martial arts actor ever, and it's too bad that he was a cokehead, and it's debatable whether he was actually a real martial artist. Like, he said he was undefeated, but there's no record of him being undefeated. There's one record of him being in a martial arts tournament. It's all topsy-turvy, dude. The quote's up top? Oh, where? I didn't see it. So you have been, really, that was his last. Where's the thing? Scroll up to my last comment. It's not there. You'll get like $7. YouTube takes some. I don't see it, Twiggy. You got shadow banned. Seagal is the true martial arts master. Yikes. Yo, what's up, Tonio? No. Okay, thanks, man. Seagal is the true martial arts master. No, I don't see it. What? It's not there. Scroll up. I'm scrolling up. How dare you? He. No, I don't see it. That's weird. No, I don't see it. But he could really do the splits at least. Yeah, he can do the splits. He's a dancer. He's a martial artist and everything. But the whole like him being undefeated and like actual, like, you can do martial arts, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're one of the best martial artists in the world. You know what I mean? There's ways we can test that out, and it's called MMA or tournaments. Dude, Steven Seagal, there's a really fucking great story about Steven Seagal. So apparently, Steven Seagal was on a movie set, and he told an MMA fighter, like, "Hey, come and choke me out, and I'll get out of it." And the MMA fighter said, like, "Dude, are you sure? Like, I don't think that you could get out of it, dude. It's, you know, these are things that like." And he's like, "No, please, I'm Steven Seagal. Hold on, let me turn up the windows. We got people blowing leaves out here." So he told the guy, "Put me in a chokehold and I'll get out of it." And the guy, yeah, it's invisible, Twiggy. I don't know why. And the guy's like, "Okay, fine, I'll put you in a chokehold." He's like, "Yeah, I'll get out of it, no problem." Puts him in a chokehold. He couldn't get out of it. And he ends up passing out and shitting his pants. He shit himself on the movie set. And everyone was just like silent. They didn't know what to do. And he just like walked off the movie set. Like after he came to, he legitimate shit his pants and walked off the movie set. After he told the guy to choke him out. Yeah, your comment's invisible, dude. Maybe, let me see here. Top chat, live chat. Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah. So I don't know why it didn't. It's not showing everybody's chat. Now I see it. Yeah, yeah. That's it. I'm gonna kick that son of a bitch bison's ass so hard that the next bison wannabe is gonna feel it. That's it. Well, I'm not going home. I'm gonna get on my boat. I'm gonna go up the river. I'm gonna kick that son of a bitch bison's ass so hard. He like clipped the mic when he said hard too. If you watch the movie, he clipped the mic. Like it went too high on the pitch when he said it. Dude, are you guys down to have a fucking Street Fighter uh like we watch it together and talk shit? Brad Pitt beating up Bruce Lee's wacky kung fu shit with some practical MMA and once in upon a time in Hollywood was amazing. Yeah, the whole martial arts community was like up in arms about it, but it's like, dude, that's probably exactly what happened. There's just like practical things in fighting that we've realized now with MMA that there's just some things that just work and no matter what. And there's ways where you can defeat a kung fu master with grappling and he won't know what the fuck is going on. That's why, not to go back on this subject, but the martial arts system in Cyberpunk Red leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion, because of that. Yeah. So what happened is right here I have this option. It says top chat, live chat, super chat, or none. Hide all chat messages. It was on top chat. It says some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. I don't know why it decided you were spam. So I did live chat, and now everything is popping up. Uh, yeah. Don't give someone your neck willingly. Yeah. The chokers comment on the matter. Well, if a guy soils himself, you can't criticize him because if they just had a nice big dinner an hour before, you might have tendency to do that. Is that real? Is that what he really said? I think it was Anderson Silva that choked him out. Filtered, maybe. The quote seems to be the same thing. LOL, yes. Oh, gods. Quick, change the channel. Patreon shitty movie watch along with. Yeah, dude, let's do it. Steven Skull was take off his own product. You know what? Play Street Fighter RPG one day. Dude, I heard that Street Fighter RPG is fucking insane. I had that Mr. Welch guy on my podcast and he talked about it. And it's basically just everybody solves everything with like fighting, which is fucking hilarious. The days of Chuck Liddell, the striker, are now harder to replicate. Yeah, those days are gone. I'm spam. The quote person I found is Gene LaBelle. That's who it was. It was Gene LaBelle. It was Gene LaBelle that choked him out and made him shit himself. Who evidently was the one who choked Seagal out, or was another guy who choked Seagal. No, it was Gene LaBelle. I prefer the headcanon of more people choking Steven Seagal out to the point of defecation. Yeah, so what happened was like Gene LaBelle, who's a legitimate martial artist, one of the pioneers of martial arts, MMA, he was on a movie set with Steven Seagal, and Steven Seagal decided, let me show this guy what I know, and let's put him to the test. And he wanted to show off in front of everybody, and he told him like, listen, arrogantly, come over here, put me in one of your choke holds, and I'll show you how a real martial artist handles that. And Gene LaBelle's like, all right, dude, if you say so. And he puts him in a chokehold that no one can get out of. No one. I don't care. Listen, there's a point in time where if I have you in the hold in such a manner that there's nothing you can do. It's all about preventing me from getting to that point. That's how you counter it. But once it gets to that point, it doesn't matter who you are, boy, girl, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anything. Once that is locked, that's it. So Gene LaBelle told him that. He's like, look, there's no way you're gonna get out. If you're letting me get to the point where of no return, you're not gonna be able to get out of it. And he's like arrogantly was like, yeah, okay, we'll see about that. Chokes the guy out. The guy shits himself, and then it was a really awkward moment. But great story. Doesn't Seagal do some kind of bullshit martial arts now that deals with people's energies and pretending to flip people? Yeah, yeah. It's called Aikido, and unfortunately, it is a real martial art. There is some aspects of it that are real, but then there's a lot of that thing where they do they grab your hand with two fingers and then they flip you. It's a cult. What happens is these martial artists get They give you a black belt, and they say, "Later, dude. Love you, man. It's good to see you. TT, I love you, man. Hope everything is well. Say hi to the wife. Hope you guys are having a kid one of these days." Yeah, they basically get these students, and they make them feel special and give them a black belt, and then they say, "All right, you're gonna help me do all my demonstrations." And then they do shit like like this, and they don't touch them, and the students go oh, and they fall down, and then everyone all over the YouTube internet is like, "Oh my god, look at this guy! He's doing fucking telekinetic martial arts. It's real. It's chi, dude. It's chi." And then all you got to do is on that same search bar in YouTube, type MMA fighter fights bullshit Aikido master, and then you're gonna see a lot of old men, who it's mostly like older gentlemen doing this kind of shit, getting their asses kicked by like real martial artists that are competing, that just like bum rush them and beat the shit out of them, and they're like, "What? My magic didn't work," you know. So it's really sad. Time to clock back into work. Keep crushing it, brother. I'm crushing it because of you, DG, and your help, and everybody else in this community, man. Same with arm bars. Don't get into the position in the first place. Yeah, that's what it is. There's like, if you guys MMA is one of those things that I'm like deeply into. Like I said, I grew up watching martial arts movies. I'm heavily into. I love the UFC. I love MMA. And once I realized that that there's like a legitimate, when science steps in and answers questions that are like, there's no there's no debate, like now science has stepped in and figured it out. So that's kind of exactly what MMA is. MMA is like the science of martial arts. So they figured it out. I remember seeing an episode of Stanley's Superhumans where a dude thought he could do chi and energy martial arts. It's honestly sad. It is really sad. They just want people to look at them and call them a master and stuff like that. That's all it is. Like, they want to be the Aikido master. You know what I mean? But that shit is just not real. And that's why I kind of cringed when I looked at the martial arts rules in Cyberpunk Red, because they're like, oh, special moves. But it's like, there's no special moves. There's just moves, and everybody does it differently. Everybody does different variations of the techniques, and there's some things that work and some things that don't work. Even in jujitsu, there's like certain holds that you can do in jujitsu, but if the guy decides to punch you, he can punch you or kick you or knee you or headbutt you, and they don't account for that because it just doesn't work in a real fight. What's up, Tav? What's going on? Hope your day's going well as well. Thank you so much. Honestly, Bruce Lee would be very supportive of MMA. That's what Jeet Kune Do was. Yeah, dude, he was the first person to introduce supplements into working out and martial arts, and he was one of the first ones to mix martial arts as well, which he would be a big time supporter. You're absolutely right. Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, I feel, are the real martial art actors who could also fight for real. Yeah, but they also realize that they're actors, and that they're putting on a show. So, yeah. What's your opinion on the Ip Man movies? They're fun. They're cool. It's sick, the kind of things that he does. It's fun entertainment value. As far as it being a real practical martial art, it's debatable. I don't think that any of that shit would work. I think 3-on-1, no matter how much of a gangster martial artist you are, if you're fighting three guys on one and those three guys are also martial artists, I don't care who you are on this planet, there's maybe a handful of people that can survive. Yeah. Are you gonna bounce?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. You're gonna chill. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, are you gonna get on the roof right now?
Yeah, just gonna take him up.
No, take it up to him then.
You want one?
No. I'm good.
cool,
I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I was saying, as far as like practical application of that kind of stuff, like, I don't think so. 3-on-1, you're gonna get fucked up. That's just how it is. I've heard all kinds of stories from real martial artists from like the UFC and MMA that are like, I got into a bar fight and four guys that decently knew how to fight fucked me up. Like, I couldn't do anything about it. And this guy's like a world champion, you know what I mean? There's nothing you can do. Did you see we're getting a Japanese Kurosawa style samurai movie from the creator of John Wick based on Ghost of Tsushima. Oh no, Kurosawa. Oh no, I didn't know that. That sounds cool. I know that The Last Samurai is a cringy fucking movie, but I actually liked it. I know Tom Cruise being in Last Samurai is ridiculous, but I kind of liked it a little bit. You know what I mean? The fight scenes were sick, dude. Come on, with the ninjas, which are not even historically accurate. But nothing is historically accurate with that movie. Tom Cruise as being the Last Samurai is ridiculous, but it's fun. All right, dudes. I think we're at the end. We've done almost 2 hours. I really appreciate you guys being here. I really appreciate the support. Um, I just cannot tell you guys more. I don't know where the words can come from where I can show you guys my appreciation. And the Patreon movie watch alongs does sound like a great idea. I think we should definitely get into that. Maybe wife will join me. We'll see. But yeah, good to see you too, Brutalk. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you guys next Monday. Stay tuned for some new stuff this week. I'm gonna try to get my um, IP video where I talk about rewarding IP and stuff like that in Cyberpunk. That's gonna come out this week, and yeah, and then some other stuff too. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate you all. Take care. Be kind to each other. See you guys in the dark future. Tom Cruise was not the last samurai in that movie. It was Ken Watanabe's character who was the last samurai. The movie was about him. I thought that they meant that he was also the last samurai, but whatever, man. It was still weird. Anyway, have a wonderful day. See you guys. Love you. Take care. Jean-Claude Van Damme is the greatest. Bye.